seeing her take control from the very start. He quickly realizes she strips him of his confidence and sense of identity early on. As she skillfully undermines his self-assurance, his desperation grows, fueling his relentless attempts to regain what has been taken from him. With each passing moment, he struggles to reclaim his manhood, pushing himself into increasingly risky actions in hopes of restoring his dignity. Throughout the story, his desperation drives him to the brink as he fights to revive his sense of power and control, knowing that without it, he risks losing himself entirely. Every effort he makes seems met with resistance, making his pursuit of restoration more intense and urgent as the narrative unfolds, revealing the depths of his struggle to get it back. Later, viewers learned that the movie Duel was produced by Universal Television, a well-known company that has created many popular TV shows and movies. It was specifically made for television and was broadcast as part of the ABC Movie of the Week series. This series was known for showing original movies on local TV screens, bringing fresh and exciting stories to a broad audience. The first time Duel aired was on November 13, 1971, capturing the attention of many viewers who enjoyed suspenseful thrillers. What makes Duel even more interesting is that there was an extended version of the film. After the original TV broadcast, filmmakers and producers shot extra scenes that were added to create this longer version of the movie. These additional scenes were made for its international theatrical release, meaning that outside the United States, audiences could watch a version of Duel in theaters. This extended version allowed viewers to see more of the story and characters, and it gave the film a fuller, more complete experience than the initial TV version. The process of creating this extended version demonstrated how a movie can evolve from its original broadcast into a different, more detailed production for international audiences. The production by Universal Television and the subsequent creation of the extended version highlight how the story of Duel was able to reach diverse audiences across the world, transforming from a TV movie into a theatrical experience. Fans and viewers appreciated the effort to expand the story with additional scenes, which offered a deeper look into the suspenseful plot. This approach also showed the versatility of television movies and how they can be adapted for different formats and audiences worldwide. Such a transition from TV broadcast to international theatrical release was a significant step for the film, broadening its reach and impact. Since its release in 1971, Duel has garnered a great deal of admiration from critics and viewers alike. Many reviews highlighted the skillful direction of Steven Spielberg, praising how he built tension and kept the audience engaged throughout the gripping story. Critics noted that the film's suspenseful storytelling and clever use of minimal settings made it stand out among other television movies of that time. Over the years, Duel has gained a reputation as an influential cult classic, inspiring many future filmmakers and becoming a significant part of television history. Its success on television proved that a compelling story could be told without the need for big budgets or extensive special effects. Today, Duel is often regarded as one of the best made-for-television films ever produced, recognized for its storytelling, direction, and the way it captured the imagination of viewers. The film's reputation has only grown over time, and it remains a benchmark for quality in television movies. Many fans and film experts see it as a turning point that elevated the standards for televised storytelling, cementing Spielberg's name as a talented director. Its impactful narrative and innovative approach have left a legacy that continues to influence many creators working in television and film. On a day that changed history for many, Richard Matheson, who was both an author and a screenwriter, found himself caught in a terrifying situation that inspired the movie Duel. That day, while he was driving, Matheson experienced a frightening encounter with a truck driver who was tailgating him aggressively. The incident happened on the same day President John F. Kennedy was assassinated, a moment that is still remembered as a major turning point in American history. Matheson's real-life experience of being chased on the road by a threatening truck became the foundation for the story told in the 1971 TV movie Duel. The film captures the suspense and fear Matheson felt during that moment, highlighting how a simple drive can turn into a nightmare when faced with an angry and relentless truck. The story explores themes of survival, fear, and the unknown danger lurking behind the wheeled facade of the truck, making it a tense and gripping tale that resonates with audiences even today. Because it was based on a true event, Duel offers a raw look into the dangers of road rage and the unpredictability of encounters on the highway, emphasizing that sometimes real life can be more frightening than fiction. In the writing process of the 1971 TV movie Duel, Richard Matheson initially approached TV producers with his idea, but he faced many rejections. Because of these refusals, he decided to write the story as a short story instead of a screenplay right away. To develop his ideas, Matheson used a voice recorder to describe the desolate landscape, capturing the lonely and threatening environment while he was driving. This recorded description was important because it helped him create a vivid picture of the setting and mood for his story. The voice recordings allowed him to focus on the sounds and feelings of being alone in an empty, dangerous landscape, which was key to building suspense. Later, he used the details from his recordings to craft a compelling story about a tense chase between a man and an unknown, relentless truck driver. The story's success showed how Matheson's careful planning and use of technology in his writing process helped translate his ideas into a gripping story. This process helped him turn the story into the powerful and memorable film that became Duel, which later gained recognition as a suspenseful and intense thriller. Matheson's approach demonstrates that setbacks like rejection can lead to creative methods that help bring a story to life. The story's focus on a simple but terrifying conflict was shaped by his experiences and recordings, highlighting how important the writing process can be in developing a lasting piece of work. Initially, Steven Spielberg's early career in television began when he was just 21 years old. During this time, he directed episodes for well-known shows such as Night Gallery and Marcus Welby, MD. These early works provided him with experience and helped him develop his skills as a director. As he worked in television, Spielberg was looking for a project that he could expand into a full-length feature film. One day, his secretary, Nona Tyson, came across a story written by Richard Matheson in Playboy magazine. She thought the story could make an exciting movie and suggested it to Spielberg. He was interested in it and decided to develop it further. This story eventually turned into the TV movie Duel. Duel became a significant project for Spielberg early in his career, showcasing his talent for creating suspense and engaging stories. It also marked the beginning of his rise to fame as a director capable of handling intense and gripping storytelling. His work on Duel helped set the stage for his future successes in the film industry. Over time, Spielberg continued to grow and create many more popular movies, but his early television work and the story he discovered in Playboy played an important role in launching his career. This project demonstrated his ability to craft tension and suspense, qualities that would become hallmarks of his filmmaking style. These beginnings in television set the foundation for Spielberg's long and successful career in movies, helping him develop his unique voice and storytelling approach. Although Duel was not directed by Steven Spielberg in 1971, new information reveals that Spielberg showed interest in the project early on. Initially, Spielberg was amused when someone gave him a Playboy magazine to read, which he found amusing and perhaps a bit surprising at the time. However, he quickly realized that Tyson, the person who gave him the magazine, understood his tastes and ambitions very well. This connection was important because she helped him on a significant step by tracking down the rights to the film. Thanks to her help, the project moved forward, and a teleplay was developed at ABC and Universal. The development involved producer George Eckstein, who played a key role in bringing the project to life. Spielberg's interest and enthusiasm for Duel reflected his understanding of storytelling and his potential as a filmmaker, even before he directed major movies. The process from initial interest to the development of the teleplay shows how important connections and understanding a project's potential can be in the world of television and filmmaking. This early involvement set the stage for Spielberg's career and his future projects, as he learned how to bring exciting stories like Duel to audiences. After establishing his talent and gaining attention from industry professionals, Steven Spielberg had a significant meeting with producer Richard Eckstein, which ultimately shaped the future of his career. During their conversation, Spielberg impressed Eckstein with his work on the television series Columbo, demonstrating a clear understanding of storytelling, pacing, and visual style. Recognizing Spielberg's talent and potential, Eckstein entrusted him with the opportunity to direct the television movie Duel, a tense and gripping suspense story that would become a pivotal project in Spielberg's early career. For the lead role of David Mann, Spielberg carefully chose actor Dennis Weaver, whom he admired for his compelling performance in the classic film Touch of Evil. Weaver was eager to be part of the project and showed dedication by driving almost 2,000 miles to participate in filming, highlighting his commitment to the role. During production, Weaver went beyond standard acting duties and performed many of his own stunts, often riding alongside the menacing truck that chased his character throughout the story. This dedication added authenticity to his portrayal and contributed to the tense atmosphere that made Duel a memorable piece of television history. The collaboration between Spielberg, Weaver, and the production team resulted in a film that captured the fears and anxieties of everyday drivers, showcasing Spielberg's emerging talent for creating suspenseful and compelling stories. In the making of the 1971 television movie Duel, director Steven Spielberg paid special attention to the trucks used in the film. He auditioned 7 different semi-trucks to find the perfect one that would create the right mood and look on screen. After careful consideration, he chose a 1955 Peterbilt 281 because of its menacing features that made it stand out and added a sense of threat and danger to the story. The truck's design and size helped give the movie its intense feeling, and it became a key element in the chase. Additionally, Spielberg selected a red Plymouth Valiant for Mann's car because of how it contrasted with the large, dark truck and the surrounding landscape. The bright red color made the car more noticeable and emphasized the tension between man and machine. The choice of the trucks and cars played an important role in creating the suspenseful atmosphere of Duel, showing Spielberg's attention to detail in designing a visually striking and compelling story. Understood. Here is the detailed response. In 1971, the television movie Duel was created under quite challenging conditions. Steven Spielberg, the director, was allotted a budget of just $400,000 to produce the film. This amount was relatively small for a project of this scale, making careful planning and efficient use of resources essential. Originally, Spielberg was given only 10 days to complete filming the entire movie. However, due to various production needs and unforeseen delays, the shooting schedule extended 3 additional days, making it a total of 13 days. Despite these tight restrictions, Spielberg managed to deliver a gripping film by employing clever techniques. One of his most notable strategies was the use of strategic camera setups, which helped save precious time during the filming of the intense high-speed chase scenes. These scenes, set in California's Soledad Canyon, required precise timing and coordination. By carefully planning camera angles and movements, Spielberg could shoot multiple angles in fewer takes, making the most of the limited shooting days. His resourcefulness and planning skills paid off, allowing him to overcome the tight schedule and budget constraints. The resulting film became a classic, recognized for its tension, simplicity, and Spielberg's impressive early directing talent, all achieved within the framework of strict time and financial limits. To capture the intense scenes of the truck and car racing at high speeds in the 1971 TV movie Duel, Spielberg employed specific filming techniques that heightened the sense of speed and danger. He chose to shoot from low angles, which made the vehicles appear larger and more imposing, emphasizing their power and the threat they posed to the driver. This perspective also created a feeling of immediacy, drawing viewers into the action and making the chase more suspenseful. To achieve this effect, Spielberg used a special camera borrowed from the film Bullet, which was designed to capture fast-moving scenes with clarity and sharpness. This camera allowed the crew to follow the vehicles closely, maintaining focus and fluidity even at high speeds. Additionally, veteran stunt driver Kerry Lofton played a crucial role in the filming process. Lofton was responsible for coordinating the stunts, ensuring they looked realistic and thrilling while maintaining safety. He also played the role of the truck driver, adding a layer of authenticity to the scenes. His expertise in high-speed driving and stunt coordination helped bring the intense chase scenes to life, ensuring they felt believable and gripping for the audience. Overall, the combination of low-angle shots, specialized camera equipment, and skillful stunt driving created a visually compelling and adrenaline-filled experience that contributed significantly to the film's suspense and excitement. In the climactic scene of the 1971 television movie Duel, the tension reaches its peak as the story builds toward a dramatic and unforgettable moment. The scene involved a perilous cliff crash that was carefully choreographed to create maximum impact. Because there was only one truck available for filming, it was crucial to do the entire stunt in just one take. The truck was rigged with special equipment and was driven without a driver to ensure safety and precision. To make the scene more dynamic, 7 cameras were positioned at various angles around the crash site to capture different perspectives simultaneously. This allowed the filmmakers to have multiple shots to work with during editing, making the sequence more intense and visually engaging. Director Steven Spielberg paid close attention to creating an atmosphere of danger and finality and to do this, he added a distinctive sound effect to heighten the drama. During the crash, he employed a deep, low roar sound that originally came from the classic horror film Creature from the Black Lagoon. This sound was used to emphasize the truck's death, giving the scene a sense of finality and horror. Spielberg's use of this technique was effective, and he later reused it in his famous film Jaws to heighten the sense of menace and impending doom. The entire sequence showcased the careful planning and innovative techniques that made Duel a tense and memorable thriller, especially emphasizing how much could be achieved with limited resources and creative sound design. As the story unfolds, the film delves deeply into themes related to manhood and personal strength. David Mann, the main character, is portrayed as a man who is struggling to assert his identity and confidence. Before encountering the threatening truck, he is shown to be emasculated by his wife, which highlights feelings of vulnerability and insecurity. This emotional moment sets the stage for his confrontation with the menacing truck on the road. Throughout the film, David's efforts to prove his masculinity and stand his ground are consistently hindered by external forces. His attempts to assert control are met with failure, emphasizing his fragile sense of identity. The choice of his surname Mann subtly underscores the theme of manhood, while the car model, Valiant, symbolizes both modesty and resilience, yet also highlights that he is not a formidable figure. Additionally, his first name alludes to the biblical tale of David and Goliath, reinforcing the idea that he faces a giant challenge far beyond his perceived strength. This connection adds weight to his struggle, illustrating that even the meek can face overwhelming obstacles. Overall, the film's motifs challenge the idea of traditional masculinity, portraying instead a nuanced view of courage, vulnerability, and the personal battles within every man. The narrative encourages viewers to reflect on the nature of strength and the importance of resilience in the face of fear and adversity. Building on the reputation of the 1971 TV movie Duel, it remains an intense and gripping film that continues to hold the audience's attention from start to finish. The story of a man being hunted by a mysterious and relentless truck driver captures the sense of danger and fear that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. The director, Steven Spielberg, impressively made his debut with this film, demonstrating his talent for creating suspense and tense moments. His skill in building anticipation and keeping viewers engaged set a high standard for future films. Duel combines simple storytelling with powerful visuals and sound to develop a feeling of dread and unpredictability. The use of the open road as a battleground symbolizes a struggle for survival, and the way Spielberg directs the scenes makes the audience feel as if they are in the car, experiencing the fear firsthand. The film's success showed Spielberg's potential as a filmmaker and was praised for its tight pacing and effective use of tension. Over time, Duel has become a classic in the thriller and suspense genre, appreciated for its straightforward but impactful story. It proves that even a simple concept, when executed with skill and attention to detail, can create a memorable and intense cinematic experience. The mood of uncertainty and danger lingers throughout, making Duel a film that continues to leave a strong impression. Its influence can be seen in many later thrillers that focus on suspense and psychological tension. Overall, Duel remains a powerful example of how a story about a man versus an anonymous pursuer can generate suspense and excitement, showcasing Spielberg's early talent and his ability to craft a compelling narrative. 1971's Duel stands as a masterful example of minimalism and suspense, and a pioneering work by Steven Spielberg that continues to captivate audiences decades after its release. Often compared to Jaws for its taut tension and primal fear, Duel uniquely demonstrates that a compelling thriller does not require extensive cast or elaborate effects, but can thrive purely on atmosphere, storytelling, and psychological engagement. The film's premise is remarkably simple, yet profoundly effective. A normal man, David Mann, embarks on a routine business trip and becomes inexplicably terrorized by a seemingly ordinary fuel truck. As the story unfolds, the film masterfully keeps viewers on edge by emphasizing the unseen and the unknown, particularly through the elusive demeanor of the truck driver, whose identity and motives remain shrouded in mystery. This creates an almost horror-like atmosphere, where the vehicle appears to possess a life of its own, emphasizing themes of modern paranoia and the unpredictability of human behavior. Spielberg's direction showcases his innate talent for building suspense without reliance on violence or special effects, instead focusing on tense moments, strategic pacing, and visual storytelling. The cinematography by Jack A. Marta enhances this tension through carefully framed shots that emphasize the dangerous speeds and close calls on the open road, as well as skillfully concealing the truck driver to heighten the mystery. The score by Billy Goldenberg complements the tension with its unsettling mix of strings and harps, reinforcing the film's sense of unease and erratic pacing, proving that music can be a powerful tool in heightening suspense. However, the film is not devoid of criticisms. One of the more notable points is the protagonist, David Mann, whose character is often perceived as somewhat bland or insufficiently charismatic, which can hinder emotional investment. His reactions sometimes seem less reactive and more passive, and some viewers might find his decision-making illogical or imprudent, especially concerning safety. This can detract from the overall realism of the story. Additionally, the supporting characters are underdeveloped, serving more as plot devices than fully fleshed-out individuals, which leaves some viewers feeling disconnected from the narrative. The decision to focus almost exclusively on Mann and his immediate predicament limits the film's scope, but also keeps the story tight and focused. On the positive side, the film excels in how it portrays the psychological torment of being hunted and vulnerable, capturing the primal fear of being chased by an unseen threat. The minimal cast, combined with Spielberg's skillful pacing, creates an atmospheric tension that is still palpable today. The film's portrayal of ordinary people pushed to their limits remains relevant, inviting viewers to contemplate their own reactions in similar situations. The technical aspects, especially Marta's cinematography and Goldenberg's unsettling score, are integral to the film's success, heightening the suspense and emphasizing the relentless nature of the threat. Some viewers appreciate the film's raw simplicity, considering it an effective suspense thriller that relies on atmosphere and psychological dread rather than spectacle. Others find fault with the characterization and some illogical plot decisions, which occasionally pull viewers out of the immersive experience. Nevertheless, Duel remains a significant achievement in early Spielberg filmmaking, demonstrating how a straightforward story, when executed with skill and subtlety, can produce an enduring and impactful piece of cinema. It is a film that invites discussion on themes of modern danger, the unpredictability of human aggression, and the power of suggestion in storytelling. In conclusion, Duel is a gripping, minimalist thriller that exemplifies suspense done right, with Spielberg's direction paving the way for future classics. Its effectiveness lies in its simplicity, technical craftsmanship, and psychological insight, even if some characters are not as fully developed as they could be. Whether viewed as a horror-infused chase film or a study in human vulnerability, it remains a memorable and influential work that continues to resonate with audiences today.